Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So firstly, I hope that I'm focused because I'm so tired of adjusting this camera and that's just giving me an issue. Anyway, welcome back. So in today's video, I'm gonna be discussing all things makeup and how to make sure that your makeup turns out bomb. So from the foundation to the eyeshadow and all the blending tips and tricks. I'm going to talk about all of that today. So yeah, before we can get started, don't forget to like this video, comment below what your favorite makeup tips and tricks are, share so that we can all learn, and also subscribe. I'd love to have you back here. So yeah, without any further ado, let's get started. Okay, so I've done my brows off camera, and that's because it just takes me so long to get my brows done, and I've done brow tutorials before, nothing has changed. And yeah, so the first tip that I have is when you're doing your eyebrows, make sure you use a product that actually works for you. So some people use a pencil like this, and other people use powder brow product. So just try to find a product that works for you. Also make sure that the color of your brow product actually matches your hair and your skin tone. You don't want to have pitch black eyebrows when you have light hair. It just makes your brows look very angry. So that's the first tip. Second tip is that when you're concealing under your brow and cleaning up your brow, is that if you're a beginner, try to use a concealer or a foundation that is almost the same shade as your skin tone, so that it's easier to blend. Because if you're a newbie makeup user and you use a very light concealer, it's going to be difficult for you to blend it out, and you're going to end up having like a white line here. It's not cute. I think if you're more of a professional and you know how to manipulate a lighter concealer, then that'll work for you. So those are my first two tips. Second tip is, well, I think this is the most important one, which is to make sure that your skin is clean and moisturized. If you have dry skin, your makeup is not gonna show up really nice on camera. If you're trying to take pictures, also in person, it's gonna look patchy. It won't blend out properly. So make sure that your skin is clean, you have moisturized it. I use a Gentle Magic moisturizing lotion, and if I feel that my skin is really dry, I also use this serum. On top of that, I use sunscreen. If I know that I'm going outside, I always use sunscreen. And most of the time, I usually moisturize my face twice and my hands twice. And this is something that I always do, especially now because it's getting drier. So maybe I'll moisturize my face right out of the shower. I'll lotion the rest of my body, put on my clothes, and then I'll lotion my face again. Because I think maybe I just have dry skin, but I just like moisturized skin. It just makes your skin look better even if you don't have makeup on like now. So if your skin is dry, it's gonna have like patches, just not attractive. So you moisturize with your moisturizer, you use sunscreen, and you also use a primer. Now most of you know that I've been using this Baby Skin Maybelline New York primer. I've been using this for like the past 6 months or something. You can see I think I'm actually out of this, so I need to find a new one. Make sure you use a primer that is compatible with your skin tone, with your skin type. So some people use a mattifying primer if they have oily skin. Some people use a pore minimizing primer, which is this one, because I find that around my nose, like this area, my pores are quite large, and I want something that's gonna blur out. I've spoken about this before, so you just have to figure out the type of primer that works for your skin tone. Now, the third thing that I'm gonna jump onto is your eyeshadow. Now, if you are a new makeup user and you want your eyeshadow to pop, first thing you need to know is that you need to prime your lids. so that you need to prime the base of your lids so that whatever you apply on top is more vibrant. So some people use an eyeshadow primer. I use a concealer, or I just go over it with my foundation. Depends on what you prefer. It's very cost effective to use to start out with a concealer like this one. I've spoken about this concealer a million times before. Cheap, affordable, easy to use, easy to blend, all around perfect. So that's what I'm just going to do. I'm going to be priming my lids now with this LA Girl primer. So also, if you have uneven skin tone on your lids, so some people might have pigmentation on your eyelids, this is going to cancel all of that out, and it's just going to give you an even base. So you can see very quick, very easy to use. And make sure that you bring your concealer to your nose, because sometimes the space can be left blank. That I have for your eyeshadow is to use tape if you want to create a perfect eyeshadow look. So you just use normal tape and you put it on your eyes like this. You make sure that it's actually even, so that when you're done it's on the same level. So I just use normal tape. I've spoken about this before. I saw this from Katie, yeah. She's American, so that's why I'm saying Katie, because that's how they pronounce her name. But anyway, I've seen this from her, and I feel like it really works, especially if you're still trying to navigate eyeshadow, because sometimes if you're trying to create a clean look and you do it by freehand, even though you clean up under your eye, you might find that it's not even. So this makes your eye look foolproof. So yeah, now I'm going to be using this eyeshadow palette that I've been using. I seriously need to get a new one. So yeah, the type of eyeshadow palette that you use, also make sure that it's easy to blend out. And if you're a beginner with eyeshadows, just make sure that you use neutral colors, because that's always easier to blend and it just looks better and more effortless, you know. So don't start with a cut crease when you start trying to figure out how to use everything. I think that is straight. So now I'm going to be applying my eyeshadow. I'm going to be using this brush. I got it at Dis-Chem. It's written Color. It's a dual-ended brush. Now the first thing that you want to do when you are applying your eyeshadow is to apply a base color that's going to be all over your lid or on your crease. So that is the lightest color that you're going to be using. So I'm just going to find one here, and I'm going to be using this one. It's like a peachy, very light orange color, and I'm going to apply it all over my eyelid. This is just to set the concealer that I was using. Also make sure that your brush is clean. I cleaned my brush the other day, but I don't think I removed all of the products. That's why this eyeshadow is coming out dark, but it's actually not dark. But yeah, make sure that your brushes are clean. So as you can see, I'm taking this eyeshadow all the way up to my brow bone. So I'm putting it all over my lid. Now I'm going to be creating a dramatic eye look. However, you don't have to do this. If you're new, you can use one color all over your crease and just blend it out. I absolutely love those looks. Very easy to use, very quick. But that's not what I'm going to be doing today. I just want to try to do something a little bit different. Anyway, I'm gonna use a brown color all over my crease. So you always want to start off light and build. You never want to just go in heavy with your eyeshadow, because that can be very tricky and it can get very difficult to blend very quickly. And also make sure that you focus most of your product on the outer V of your eye, because that just creates a sultry look. It makes your eye, gives your eye like that. If that makes sense. So again, blend, and have a small mirror that you can look to see how your look is going. Also have a mirror that's far away so you can see how you look up close and far away. So I'm just going to build this color and intensify it a little bit more. I'm using the same brown eyeshadow. I'm just intensifying this a little bit on the outer corner of my eye. And you should always have a clean brush to blend the edges. This just what is that? It makes your eyeshadow look cleaner, more seamless. So yeah, but if you can use one brush, I mean if you're a pro then you can use one brush, but I would advise having a clean blending brush so that you can just continuously blend the edges of your eyeshadow. But I'm using the same brush because I can blend it out with the same brush. So next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take an even darker color. So I think I'm gonna take this burgundy color right here and just put it on the outer part of my eye. So guys, I wanted to know what type of videos would you guys like to see in the future, because I have a few ideas that I've written down, but I also want your input on what type of videos would you like to see. For me, I really like creating styling videos because I think that people really enjoy them. I like to create them for my IGTV, also for here. So just let me know which type of looks you'd like to see, because I still want to create a workwear lookbook, a winter lookbook, a blazer for every occasion. So just those types of things. So just let me know down below. Also, have you been enjoying my vlogs? Because for me, I love creating vlogs. I love watching vlogs. I think they are so nice, and they also just allow a person to get to know the other person on the other side of the screen, you know. So yeah. Okay, so we have this brown smoky burgundy type of color going on. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to make sure that this outer part is blended, because again we don't want any harsh lines. So you always need to blend. And then I want to cut my crease. So when I'm cutting my crease, I think today I'm going to be using my Superstay Full Coverage foundation, which I was using a while ago. Reason why I like to use this foundation to cut my crease is because it's thicker in consistency. It's a bit light. I don't know how I was using it. It's a bit light, and I think it's just very easy. So when you cut your crease, you want to start from the inner corner and someone was walking past. Anyway, you want to start from the inner corner and then just carve out the shape of your eye. I don't know if that makes sense. So yeah, just watch what I'm doing closely. And then also what I do is I look up so that I can see how high up my crease needs to go. Because if you don't do that step, then the eyeshadow that is here will transfer onto your crease. You have to carve out your crease and take your time when you're doing this step because you want the perfect shape. You can do like a full half moon cut crease or a half cut crease. For me, I really enjoy like a half cut crease. I don't know why. So yeah, this is it. So I'm just gonna do it this side also. Okay, I messed up a little bit there, but it's fine. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to pack on an eyeshadow, a lighter eyeshadow, just to make my cut crease pop. So I'm gonna use the soft pink color right here. And let's just hope for the best. And you want to make sure that you're packing on the eyeshadow. So this is the pink eyeshadow done. Now what you could do for an extra step is that you could put a lighter color here. Okay, so next thing you definitely want to do is to deepen this part of your eye look. So again, I'm going to go into the brown that I was using initially and just intensify a little bit. Write a poem for my mother's son. Not trying to sell it, but I'm hoping I can that automatically looks way better. You see the difference? Try describing it and hyping up a metaphor. Take a week off and know that I'll be better for it. I don't know if I told you guys, but last week I was writing my learner's test. And oh my god, I was so nervous. I was so nervous mainly because I had done it before and I failed it numerous times. Okay, I think it was like my 4th time doing it. The first time I did it, I was in uni. First time I failed it. Second time is I was late, so I couldn't write. No, the first time I was late, so I couldn't write. So I had to rebook again. And then I rebooked and then I failed it. And then I did it again, I failed it again, and I honestly couldn't take the heartbreak, so I was like, I'm just gonna chill. And now I finally did it again, and I was just so nervous. Oh my god. So this is the look. Now if you want to be extra, you can put on a wing liner. I think I'm gonna do that. I haven't done a wing in a while. Again, if you use this tape, it just makes your wing liner straighter, more precise. That's if you're using a gel that comes in this format, unless if you're using a felt tip. So yeah, as I was saying, I was just so nervous and like I was so nervous. I was studying for the longest time, and my stomach was just doing the most on the day. When I went to go write my test, I didn't even bath. I didn't even make myself look nice. Cause the other time, yes I did. I wrote my learners again last year and I was all dolled up and I had makeup on. And then afterwards, when I failed, I was so shattered. Didn't talk for the rest of the day. It's like, if I'm gonna fail, I was like, if I'm gonna fail, then I don't know if I'm looking nice. You get what I'm saying? Because that's just gonna be even more disappointing. So I went there, I wrote it, I double checked, I triple checked, and I passed. I absolutely couldn't believe it. Like, I sat at my desk after I realized that I passed for like a few seconds. I was like, thank you God, thank you God, thank you God. Because I think honestly the learners thing is just so traumatic, because when you think about it, when you think about some of the people who are driving out there, like taxi drivers, you just think, how come they got it and I didn't get it? So I honestly think the learners is not a measure of your intelligence. It's just about how you understand the rules of the road. Because the one thing that can get confusing there is the English. Anyway, I got it, so I'm so excited. I'm going to be starting my driving lessons soon. I can drive, but again, I'm going to go for driving lessons. I'm doing code 10, and my husband was like, what do you want if you pass? Because he was like, I'm so over you not driving. I can't even leave you with the car, you know, because you just don't look at it because you can't drive. So he's like, if you pass, what do you want? I was like, I want a watch. So I passed. He was like, yay, now we can finally buy you that watch that I wanted. So that's just my little victory. I'm so excited for this. And my mom did her learners recently also, and it was her first time. My mom's older, like she's 40 something, and she did it the first time and she passed. So since she got hers, she's been pressuring all of us, like me and my brothers, to get it done. So I'm so glad that I finally got it done. Anyway, I'm doing my liner now. So what I'm doing is I'm just waterlining with this eyeliner also. It just makes things easier for me. And now I'm gonna put on some mascara. Also, with regards to doing your wing liner, I think practice makes perfect. It's not an easy thing to do, especially depending on the type of tool you use. I think it's easier to use a felt tip pen than to do what I'm doing. So yeah, it's just a matter of preference. But yeah, again, practice makes perfect. But I find that using a tape makes it a little bit more controllable. So yeah, so now I'm gonna remove this tape and see if my eye look is even. Can you see how sharp my wing is and my eye look? This is exactly why I use it. So I'm really happy with how it has come out. So now I'm just going to use my wipes. I use the Johnson & Johnson baby wipes. Love them. And I'm just gonna wipe away any fallout. Now if you didn't use tape, you could use the wipes to sharpen your eye look, you know, but since I did, I don't really need to. Okay, so now we are moving on to the foundation. So prime the skin. And these days I use a liquid illuminator under my foundation. And again, I've spoken about this before. I use a liquid illuminator under my foundation just to make my foundation more glowy, and my hands are peeling. So I use this one. I got this from Wow. I got this from Dis-Chem. It's written Wow. I think that's the name of the company. It's called Shimmer Drops, and I have a few shades. It's $100 and it comes like this. So I just apply it on my nose, cheekbones, and here. And then I use a brush to blend it out. Don't worry about if it's all over right now, because when I put my foundation over, you can't really see it, you know. So yeah. Also use it over your foundation as a liquid highlighter, so it just depends on your preference. And then I use the leftover just all over my face, but the concentration of it goes on my nose and the highest points of my cheeks. I'm using this foundation, Maybelline Fit Me Poreless. Also guys, there's a sale for all Maybelline products on Zando. Is it Zando or on Superbalist? Up to 50% off, so don't miss out on that. And I'm just gonna apply my foundation all over. Now if you want your foundation to blend evenly, which is obviously the desired look, is like everything in makeup, start off small and then build the coverage, because then you have more control over how much product you use. And also you can use the beauty blender, you can use a buffing brush. It's just all a matter of preference. For me, if I want my foundation application to be really fast, I usually do it with a brush, and then to build coverage I go over it with a beauty sponge. Starting with contouring today. Now contouring is the easiest way to bring back dimensions to your face, and also to enhance and conceal the parts that you want to. So you contour to accentuate some features that you have. For instance, on the cheekbone, it's just to make your face look more, you know, and also to make your face look smaller. So like your nose. And your forehead, I have a very large forehead, so this is always important. So I'm just gonna start by blending out my nose contour. I usually use this brush, or I use a brush to blend out my nose contour because I think it's more precise. It gives me better control over and make sure you bring it up to your eyebrows so that it looks like a natural shadow, you know. I don't know if that makes sense. Now I'm gonna blend out this contour. I'm still gonna blend this out again with a sponge. I'm using the same sponge that I've been using to blend out my foundation. So it has some foundation product in the sponge. This is just to tone down the contour a little bit. And now I'm gonna blend out the contour on my cheekbones. Now make sure when you're blending out, you push the product up. This is to lift your face. It makes your face look so much, I don't even know how to describe it, but I absolutely love it. Now I'm going to be highlighting my face, and for my nose I'm using the LA Girl Pro Conceal. Now I bring my concealer up to my nose. This is just to sharpen my nose contour, and definitely under my eyes. And you can put it also under your wing to sharpen it, but I'm quite happy with how it looks right now. So we're just gonna blend this out. Remember always to blend and blend and blend, because you want everything to look seamless and natural, even though, I mean, you can tell that it's not natural, but you get what I'm saying. Oh yeah. Oh, I love this. I love it. So always blend, blend, blend. And guys, please do not use the lightest concealer color that you've ever come across, to the point that when you I've removed my setting, my baking powder, and I'm just gonna apply some glue to my lashes and let it get tacky in the meantime, because if you want to apply your lashes nicely, you have to wait for the glue to almost be dry and then apply it so that it doesn't slip and slide in your eyes, especially if you have watery eyes like myself. For me, I really struggle with the lashes because my eyes get watery very quickly. So now I'm just gonna set my face, because before you apply your highlighter, you want all the powders to blend with the skin. For me, I set my face about 2 or 3 times during my makeup. So yeah, now I'm just gonna highlight my face. Now if you were gonna use a liquid highlighter or liquid illuminator like this, you would have done so before setting your face, so that the liquid products are together and then the powder products are on top. You don't want to do liquid powder, you know, because that can make your makeup look cakey. So I'm just going to be taking some highlighter and highlighting my cheekbones. Now I use a fan brush, some people use a smaller brush, just depends on your personal preference. Anyway, so now I'm gonna highlight under my brow bone, and this is something, just blend this a little bit. This is something that I've spoken about a lot of times before, which is that it makes your eye look pop. It cleans up under your eye. It's a very subtle thing to do, but it's very effective, trust me. And in my inner corner. Now what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna waterline with my brown eyeliner. I'm also going to be taking the brown that we were using on my crease. I'm going to use it on my outer corner of my eye. This is just to add some depth and dimension to my eyes. Anyway, next is my lips. I want a very neutral lip, so I'm just going to see what I can find. Yeah, I think I'm going to use this LA Girl Matte Finish Pigment Gloss, but I'm first going to line my lips with this precision lip liner that I got from Discam. It's written Be Vain. I don't know. I've never heard of that brand before. But I'm just gonna line my lips first. Trying something a little bit more pinkier. And go with my eyes. I'm gonna use this other LA Girl. Now, if you're going to be using a lipstick or anything like that, you want to line your lips so that it doesn't just slide down everywhere. Now, you could use a gloss over. I think I'm going to use my Elizabeth Arden. What is it? Yeah, my Elizabeth Arden Gelato lippy thing. It's in Candid Girl 02. This is almost like, I don't know, but it's a very glossy thing. So yeah, now I'm just gonna put on my lashes and I'm done. So I'll be back with my lashes. Okay guys, so this is the final look right here. I just want to quickly end this video before my eyes continuously cry and then my makeup is ruined. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Please let me know what you learned today. Also give me some tips and tricks that you use. Hopefully you can all learn here. I hope you enjoyed this makeup look, even though I feel like it's gonna be a bit of a long one, but I hope it really helps you in your makeup routine. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave me a comment down below, and most of all, don't forget to subscribe and press the notification bell so that you can get notified every time I post a new video, absolutely free. So yeah, and don't forget to follow me on my socials at Layla G on everything. I'll put it here on screen. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.